Alright guys, FailQuo here. Welcome to the stream. Gonna be going over the new update. See, there's a bunch of buffs, nerfs, two new units. First of all, we'll go over the Skill Troopers. They're basically two little guys for 2 energy that slow down organic units when you shoot them. They have decent health, so they survive some AoE, which is kind of nice for 2 energy. They don't do a lot of damage, however, but that's not what they're made for. They're made to slow down organic units such as Bantha, Wookiee, heroes, and some uniques. I think these guys are actually pretty decent. The effects stack. So basically, like, if you see nerve gas, that's what they do. But every shot, it makes it slower and attacks slower, and it stacks with nerve gas. So you can make a nerve gas kind of deck. It'd be pretty funny if you run into a lot of organic guys. I think these guys will see some play eventually. I don't think a lot of people will buy them right away, so it'll take people a while to actually get them leveled up. But decks like Thrawn, where a unit is better than a support card with his ability. Guys that can deal with tanks very well, like Emperor. You might see these guys play because you get rid of the tank, and then if they don't have gunk or something, then you can just kill all their organic stuff while they're super slow. So I think it's a decent card. We'll have to see if it gets much play. It kind of depends on the meta. If you see a lot of people not using tank, then probably Skill Troopers are going to be really good. We'll have to see how it goes, though, because I think it'll take a bit for people to actually level them up. To the main point, I think this is probably the biggest thing this patch, is the mobile ray shield. Basically, anything outside can attack range, can attack inside, while inside can attack outside. There are a few exceptions. We'll get to that in a bit. It's 3 energy. Basically, the only thing that goes up when you level it is duration. It's going to be interesting with this card, I think, because I think it's going to shift the meta. But before that happens, I think it's going to take over a lot. And it's going to be played. Guys that can play it really well are going to do work with it. I think it'll be really strong for a bit, and then the meta will kind of catch up. Because one of the big things is airstrikes aren't blocked, so TIE Fighters and TIE Bombers still work. Slave 1 still works. So I think a lot of people will start using bombers. And also, I think a lot of people will use melee heroes, because melee heroes can get in and do work in this thing. Also, the 3 units that I found that don't work for it are Imperial Laser Turret, Rocket Trooper, and like there's a few heroes that don't work either. Like the Emperor and Boba's special stuff don't work, and like special penetrating blasts don't work. Also, snipers don't work for the ratio for some reason, so I think that's a really big one. Snipers will do a lot of work against the shield. But for now, I think a lot of people will probably buy the packs for it. It will be really good for a bit. I'm thinking there will be a few decks that'll be able to take advantage of it really well. I think Cassian will probably be really well. Will do very well using this. And there's, depending how you defend MTV push too, this could work. Because if they just drop an MTV, you just throw it up over your turret and then push the other lane or something. But we'll see how it goes. I think this is probably one of the better cards I released, probably since Boomerang Guy. So this will definitely see a lot of play, at least for now. And maybe a lot in the future too. See how it goes, but you're gonna have to play around this for a little bit at least. But those are 2 new cards. We'll get to the nerfs and buffs now. For Empire, I know a lot of people are clamoring for this. Fader got nerfed. His skill went from 300% to 250%. And you can't interrupt it yourself, which was super annoying. So if you tried to move before your skill worked, it would just cancel. So you just pull all the units into you and then you die. I guess this is okay. I was hoping they would just nerf his damage a little bit. But I think this kind of puts him into a good spot. Like, he's not too strong and he's not too weak. So Vader will be decent now. But hopefully people won't still complain about him. I think a lot of people just play him still just because they're used to him and they actually have him leveled up. But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully they won't nerf him anymore and then make him unusable like Bosk and Sabine. We'll see how. Death Squad leader. A lot of people are bitching about this too. I went from 6 to 5, which I guess is okay as long as you can get 2 summons from him. I think it'll be worth it. It's still not the greatest unique. I don't think it ever will be. But if you have a level 4 or 5, it's really strong. It all depends on your level for Death Squad leader, but you'll definitely see more of them around since it's a lot cheaper. Big one I'm kind of mad about is my barge, the assault tank. I was so close to getting to level 7 and starting using it, but now I'm just going to use it anyways. I wanted to show people the strength of it, but it got buffed. So it does a lot more damage and attacks faster at the start. Like it doesn't have more attack speed, but it will fire sooner once it locks onto a target. It just does massive damage to buildings. Crazy. So this is, I don't know if it really needed it, but they changed it, made it better. So you might see these around. Imperial Jump Troopers changed the attack speed, made attack a little faster, and their jumps quicker. I really don't know about this. Like, they definitely need a buff, but I don't know if this is enough. Like, it'll be close. You might see them around a little more. I think you'll end up seeing them in a fair amount of decks. Maybe like 30%. Just because they're good at dodging stuff. And I've seen people that are really good with them being able to use them really well. Kind of have to watch out for grenaders. It ruins their day, but these guys are actually kind of decent now. You could probably get away with using them if you wanted certain decks. Kind of big nerf again to Tarkin. We got the Dioxis Grenade and Nerve Gas Grenade. Their effect radius went from 8 to 6. Mostly I think this hurts when you're trying to get rid of a sniper. Because you usually get the sniper and a whole bunch of other things with it, but to be fair, I think it's more of a nerf to 2v2 than 1v1 anything, because most of the time in 1v1 everything's clumped up anyways. You weren't going to get much else from the extra 2 radius. So, it's a slight nerf. I don't think it'll affect it too much. I think if you're going to use Dioxis Grenade, you still use it anyways. Same with Nerve Gas. I don't see many people using Nerve Gas anyways, so it's kind of weird they nerfed that as well, but I think it's just kind of a dual approach type thing. Who knows? You might see more Nerve Gas with the new units. I doubt it, but you never know. Alright, those are the Empire nerfs. Now we'll go to the Rebels. I guess 2 things got buffed. 3 things, but alright, Base. His fire animation for his skill is a lot faster, which he really needed because it would take him forever. Old man trying to lay down and then shoot his gun. Modified his skill so it didn't interrupt for himself. Same thing with Vader. Is if you moved while trying to cast it, it would just like stop casting it, which kind of sucked. You'd waste your skill. I think that really helps out Baze, but I don't think it helps out enough where he's actually good. The problem with Baze is Sharut, and it'll always be Sharut. So until they buff Sharut, Baze isn't going to be useful. Well, not useful, but with top tier guy, like he'll still be fun to play, but not as good as a lot of other heroes. Lando and Leia, they just changed their auto attacks. I was kind of fooling around with it earlier. It just seems like the starting shot is a little bit more smooth. So it's not so wonky when you're trying to run around and shoot people. Not a big change, but just quality of life stuff. Not too bad. Bantha Rider. Basically, the Rebel Troop just doesn't die so easy when it jumps off. I still think it probably isn't the biggest thing on your mind. Like, you're not using Bantha Rider for the actual rider. But instead of just jumping off and instantly dying, you might stick around for an extra shot or 2. I doubt it would be that big of a deal, but just something, I guess. Because the thing is with Dewback, his rider, I've done a lot of damage to turrets with his rider. If he gets onto a turret, jumps off and can do some tanking. So make him kind of useful for the Bantha, I guess. Which is nice. I think probably the biggest nerf is 4 damage to Boomerang Guy. He really needed it. He was super strong. And I know a lot of people would be like, oh, it's 4 damage. But the thing is, he attacks so fast. So his DPS, I think he's got like a 1-second attack. So that's 4 DPS, which is pretty big. But I think he needed it. He's still really strong. He's just not as broken as he used to be. So that was a really good change. And last, we got Phoenix Squadron. Basically, health and damage goes up for everyone. I don't know about this protect thing, because I never saw him protect anybody, but no biggie. Basically, I think it kind of makes Phoenix Squad actually useful. Maybe in Jin decks. Basically, you get Pathfinders and a Grenader for 1 less energy. So in decks where you want extra Pathfinder, little extra AoE, and don't mind spending the extra energy, you might see these guys played. They definitely need it, because nobody was going to use it. And we finally get to the changes. Just like minor issues. These are probably the biggest ones. Because when the towers would randomly just shoot your leader for some reason, which was super annoying. So instead of attacking other units underneath the tower, they'd attack you, and then you'd either die or you'd have to run away and you lose health, and it would suck. So that's really nice. And fixed an issue where Gunk Droid and ATS move in the wrong direction. Just one of those things. Nice quality of life change. Get things more planned ahead, so you don't have to worry about where they're going randomly. So there we go. That's all the changes. I think it was a pretty decent patch. Got some useful units. Probably changed the meta a fair bit. I'll have to see how it goes. Hope you enjoyed this, guys. Come check out my stream, see me play. And I will talk to you guys later.